How do you keep from losing your shit with so many messages about everything being merry and bright? Hey there, everyone. It's Rhonda, and I want to talk about something really important that's been on my heart for the last, few weeks as we've been marching into the holiday season. As you may know, the holidays are steeped in tradition and are often regarded as being warm, joyful, or gezellig. That's Dutch for cozy. You know, the things that memories are made of. Those kind of memories that in years to come we'll look back on with nostalgic fondness. And while for many this may be true, for others, this time of year brings up feelings, memories, or emotions that simply don't fit neatly into that traditional narrative, chock full of beautiful decorations, the picture-perfect Christmas card, and cozy family gatherings. You get the idea. So if you're watching this and the holidays have you feeling uneasy, stressed out, or just heavy, please know that you're definitely not alone. In this video, I touch on some key reasons why this time of year hits so hard for so many people and what you can do to ease some of the unpleasant feelings that come with it. There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but there are some things that actually make a difference. So let's get started. Loneliness and social isolation. You may have heard about this loneliness epidemic. It's a term used to describe a perceived increase in loneliness and social isolation, recognized by experts as a significant public health issue with physical and mental health consequences that are comparable to even chronic diseases. Did you know that according to a 2022 EU-wide loneliness survey, that 13% of respondents, roughly 1 in 8 people, reported feeling lonely most or all of the time, while 35%, that's more than 1 in 3 people, report being lonely at least some of the time. A study from the same year in the UK shows that nearly half of adults, that's nearly 26 million people, reported feeling lonely occasionally, sometimes, or often always. Similarly, a 2024 survey revealed that about 21% of U.S. adults reported feeling disconnected from friends, family, or just the world in general. And a more recent poll by the APA found that 30% of adults said that they experienced feelings of loneliness at least once a week in the past year. And 10% said they feel lonely every day. These statistics are alarming and heartbreaking. Also, the truth is that even for people who aren't physically alone, loneliness is still a very real thing. So with at least 1/3 of adults reporting feeling lonely or lacking meaningful social support, when you add holiday stress, grief, or unmet expectations, these feelings only magnify, and it's no wonder so many people find this end of year time emotionally heavy. That being said, the part that often goes overlooked is that loneliness isn't always solved by just being around people. It's about meaningful connection, the kind that reminds you that you matter, that someone sees you, hears you, and accepts you as you are. So if you're feeling lonely this season or any time of the year, consider reaching out, even if it's just to one person that you trust, and let them know how you're feeling. It could be just a short check-in, a quick walk, a phone call, even just one genuine connection can cut through this isolation. And you'd be surprised how many people need this too. But if no one comes to mind, you're not alone. You're not out of options. There are local community groups, online support, gentle in-person gatherings that are hosted by libraries, community centers, or even faith organizations can offer small but powerful ways to feel less alone. Most importantly, resist the idea that feeling lonely means something is wrong with you. It's not true, because it's a common human experience, not a personal failure. Now, this next topic can be a little bit touchy, but hang in there. Now, you know, when it comes to family conflict, that holiday gatherings can be very tricky, leaving you running the gamut of emotions, especially during times of extreme division. America, I'm looking at you right now. So whether it's disparate political or religious beliefs, unresolved feuds, or just general ongoing tension, all of these tend to crash the party, bellying up to the table like Cousin Eddie and his dog Snots, right next to the mashed potatoes.
You serious, Clark?
A November 2024 survey by an independent third-party market research company shows that nearly 40% of families report open disagreements during holiday gatherings. Notably, a full 1/3 of these conflicts escalated into lasting family rifts, with nearly 20% of respondents indicating that these disputes have even led to changes in a family member's will or estate plan. According to a 2024 report, among the most divisive topics, drumroll, shocker, politics was the biggest source of tension, with post-election dynamics amplifying this trend. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people back home who can relate to this one element right here. And I am myself not excluded from that. Well, let's continue. So that particular element is followed by past grievances in terms of rank for the most divisive things that cause family disputes. So past grievances, then that's followed by relationships, then finances, and then parenting. So what can you do about that? Well, you're allowed to set limits. You can choose which topics you won't engage in and stick to that. You can take breaks outside for air, or you can shorten the visit. Think of it like prepping for emotional turbulence before you land that plane. In other words, fasten your boundaries before assisting others. You know, it's like the mask theory. And you may long to see loved ones during the holidays, but those gatherings don't have to come at the expense of having healthy boundaries. If hosting or attending an event is too stressful, it's also okay to just say no. You can limit the time you spend with family that you may have complicated dynamics with. Now, this next topic is a little bit touchy. If you've recently lost a loved one, the holidays have a way of highlighting absence. This season can feel like an emotional spotlight on that empty chair at the dinner table. Many people report intensified grief during holiday rituals because traditions remind us of who's no longer with us. That sadness can be particularly challenging to cope with when all around you, people are singing about how this is the most wonderful time of the year. How do you not break down from all the Hallmark movies, the songs, the ads, broadcasting all this family togetherness if you've lost a loved one? It's tough. How do you keep from losing your shit with so many messages about everything being merry and bright, when in fact, in many places and in many circumstances for people, it is literally or proverbially quite cold and dark? What to do if you find yourself feeling sad or anxious for the holidays? Well, again, you're not alone. Here are a few steps you can take to prioritize your mental health during this hectic season. First, acknowledge and accept your emotions, and be aware that sometimes you can experience seemingly contradictory emotions simultaneously. Don't judge or avoid your feelings. It's okay to feel happy or sad or both at the same time. I know it can be confusing, but it happens. The key is to allow yourself to sit with whatever you're feeling. Next, you can honor your loved ones who are no longer with you through a family tradition or a personal remembrance ritual. For example, light a candle, tell a story, play their favorite song, or make one of their favorite recipes. Grief can soften when it has somewhere to go. Remember to be gentle with yourself because you're learning how to live in a world without that special someone. The holidays often massively disrupt your routine, so maintaining healthy habits and self-care, like eating well, getting enough sleep, and exercising, are critical to keeping your mental health on track. Connection and meaning are critical also. So, especially during this time, make time for the important relationships that you already have. Next, let's talk about holiday parties. You know what this means. Alcohol and decadent food are absolutely everywhere. And even if the drinks and the recipes look suspiciously innocent, this can be incredibly triggering for anyone who struggles with dietary constraints or an eating disorder or is navigating sobriety. This is a really hard time of year for all of that. As a matter of fact, relapse rates often climb around the holidays because drinking and overeating is so normalized and social pressure is high. Holiday celebrations can feel like being dropped into a maze made entirely of cocktails and desserts. Oh joy. Consequently, relapses are more frequent, with the Center for Network Therapy reporting that pre-holiday readmit rates of past patients usually hovers around 25% of admissions compared to a jump to over 60% after Thanksgiving. This suggests an increase of over 150%. These relapses are often attributable to some of the stresses that I've already discussed, and it's especially hard for those in recovery, considering that holiday gatherings revolve around being of good cheer and making spirited toasts and indulging in, well, everything. The situation is further exacerbated due to the fact, like I mentioned, that drinking and overeating are normalized, especially around the holiday. It's like everyone just gives themselves a pass, and they expect you to do the same thing. So that compounded by the fact that social pressure to fit in, live it up, and enjoy is in full force. So what do you do? Well, planning ahead is your friend. Setting limits before an event or bringing a beverage or food item you're comfortable with will make it easier to stick to your routine and avoid temptation. Knowing who you can sit with, who feels safe, and what coping tools you can use to support you can make gatherings less overwhelming. Take breaks whenever you need, excuse yourself if you have to, and remember that your worth is not measured by what's in your plate or in your glass. You don't have to fit in. We're all adults now, right? Although this time of year can be particularly challenging, it doesn't mean you have to go it alone. So be sure to have someone that you can message if things get difficult. This could be a sponsor or a trusted friend who understands what you're going through. But most importantly as well, don't feel like you're a burden, because you know that your true friends and loved ones only want what's best for you. Which brings me to the next and final point on this topic. You are well within your right if you decide to skip larger gatherings altogether, especially when you know the pressure will be too high. After all, protecting your sobriety and your health matters more than keeping up with anybody's expectations. So in closing, I just want to say that the holidays can be messy, emotional, and sometimes downright exhausting. I get it. I haven't really been in the best mood myself lately. I've got my own reasons. Anybody who is an expat living in a foreign country and you're far away from your family knows what I'm talking about. that's the biggest challenge for me every year, especially being so far away from my one and only child, my daughter. She's not a child, she's an adult, but I miss her. I miss my dad. I miss my best friends. I'm so grateful to be here, but I'm going to tell you, the holidays without them really sucks. And, sometimes there are reasons why I'm not able to travel back home to visit with them. So these things are just something that a lot of different people deal with for a lot of different reasons. But again, you don't have to go through any of it alone. Be sure to reach out, stay intact with your emotions, get the support that you need, and let's make this time of year a little easier together.